Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the newest episode of Chord Compendium. I'd like to invite you to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you find my content useful, I would love the support, as YouTube won't allow me to grow without likes and subscribes. So if you do, thank you in advance. Today we're going to be looking at what's probably the most interesting of all chord families, at least for the guitar's sake, because we're doing the key of E today, or rather the chord family of E. So it's going to include E major, E minor, and a whole bunch of variations of E. And as you guys probably know, a lot of rock and metal is written using a lot in the way of E minor, E major, and variations of the sort. So let's get started. The first chord is E major. There is your E major shape. Diagram up on screen as always. The next one is what's called an E add 9. Now I got a pretty good stretch on the fingers, but this one's a little bit uncomfortable. Especially when you don't practice it. So there's your E add 9, poorly played by your host. For what it's worth, the diagram's up on screen. Next is the E7. Now the E7 has 4 notes to it. I'm actually going to choose a different voicing for this one. All right, there's your E7. That's my favorite voicing for the chord. Next up is the E major 7. Alright, there's your E major 7. Lovely chord. Love those major 7s. Next up we have the E minor. Probably the most basic rock and roll guitar chord ever. There you have it. Super simple, super effective E minor. Next up we have an E minor add 9. This one's a little bit more forgiving on the fingers. A lot of mystery in that chord right there, E minor 9, E minor add 9, sorry. There is a difference between the minor 9 and the add 9, as there is no 7 in the add 9. Next up is the minor 7, and we're going to go with this voicing. All right, there's the E minor 7, followed by E sus 4. And with any sus, it's very unresolved feeling. It almost sounds like it's floating in midair because there is no major or minor qualifier to it, so it's a little bit ambiguous, but it's also very flexible. Next is the E diminished. As with all diminished chords, it's very unstable, but incredibly beautiful at the same time. There's your E diminished, followed by E6, kind of a bright and cheery chord in a way. There's your E6. All right. As always, guys, if I'm going too fast, take screenshots, take the, go to the settings of the video and you actually slow it down so the playback is much slower. You can take screenshots, you can pause, and if you're real fancy, you can download it as well. E9. There's your E9. Simply gorgeous chord. And then the last one is known as the Hendrix chord. Now, I'm not a huge Hendrix fan, So I don't know the backstory on this, but they're calling it the Hendrix chord, and it's an E7 sharp 9. So we're kind of getting jazzy with it. This one's also starting on in 5th position on the 5th fret. See if I can make sense of this one. E7 sharp 9 Hendrix chord. I like it. And I believe that's it, and that is it. As always, guys, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, leave them below. I'll check them out, take them to heart. I hope you're learning, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.